Hey guys, it's JBS Garage here again, it's Brad, and fucking today we're showing you guys how you at home can do your YBR 125 clutch or any other bike with a 5VL engine. This is how you do it. And so you're going to have your clutch cable still attached here. All I can say to you is loosen it off as much as you can on the adjuster, so screw the adjuster into the lever. Do that as much as you can, and then on here there'll be two 13 or 12mm nuts on your adjuster there. You just want to loosen both of them off so that all this can move, and you can just easily pull your clutch cable in and out, but you don't have to completely remove it from the bike. That's the first step. Now, second step, this is an option. Either you can lean your bike over onto the left-hand side, so if, say this was my motorbike, I would tip it this way towards the exhaust side there. Well, not the exhaust side because the exhaust comes up there, but the engine would go that way. Right, or you can just drain the oil and leave it upright. Now that is up to you. If you want to see how to drain your oil, I have a video uploaded about that. That's actually my last video. Go have a look at that. It's just the first step of the video, really. And yeah, so once you've done that, it comes to moving this. This is basically the same as the last video as well, but there is a few more bits to it. So let's get to it properly. So after you've drained the oil, the first thing, or put your bike on one side, first thing you want to do then is you want to remove your kickstart nut, which I showed you in the last video. That is just a 19mm nut. You want to remove that however you can. Pull your kickstart off. As soon as your kickstart's off, you're ready for the next steps. Then you got to remove your oil dipstick. And if your bike's leant over on its left hand side, because you're doing it that way, all your oil sits in this side of the engine. So your engine is still full of oil, so you do have to be careful, but it's just not in this area. And so once you've removed that and you've removed your dipstick, you need then to go an 8mm ratchet. And the first thing you've got to do is take off your starter motor. That's 2 bolts. Just crack them both off. And then after they're both cracked off, just use your extension and an 8mm and just wind them out. Okay, so once your 2 starter motor bolts have been removed, the next thing you have to do is to grab the starter motor. You might need a rubber mallet to give it a few bangs for this, but you then grab your starter motor here at the front and just give it a wiggle and a pull, and just keep pulling and wiggling until it's in your hands. And that is how you get rid of the starter motor. But bear in mind, when it's on your bike, it's going to be dangling from this wire here, shall I say, so it will just be hanging there, but it's removed. That's all we need to do, get it out of the way so the clutch cover can come off. Now, what we have to do, using the 8mm socket again, is to go around in a star pattern and actually just loosen off all of these bolts. Now see, I make it look easy, but that's because I've got experience. You guys may be taking a bit more of a while on this, on doing these bolts, but that's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with taking your time. Now I forgot what the star pattern was going like, so that's why I had to double go over a few then. I think I may have skipped one somewhere. Oh no, I didn't, I just did it a bit weird. And now, same thing again, I'm just going to go around, I'm going to twiddle them all off. Right, so we've got all the bolts removed now, so we've got to remove the clutch cover. When removing the clutch cover, you've got to be very, very careful not to split the gasket. So I recommend getting yourself a Stanley blade and well, I'll talk you through what to do. So first things first, if you've got a kickstart motor, this will make it a little bit more hard for you, but don't worry, it's not too much more difficult. But it is easier without the kickstarter. Because on some YBR engines, it actually has a blank there, or it has a kickstarter shaft that's been cut down, so it's not actually properly doing much. So what there is a tab there at the bottom of the engine, tab there, and that is for grabbing onto and wiggling. And you want to just gently wiggle your case until it's up by about 2mm. If it's not budging at all, you can use a rubber mallet or something that won't damage the aluminium to gently tap around it until it comes loose. You don't want to put it straight off because you will rip the gaskets. What you have to do is you have to go around with a Stanley blade and make sure the gasket stays to one side the whole way around. It doesn't matter whether it's the engine block side or the clutch side, just make sure it stays in one piece so that you can reuse the gasket. all you have to do from now, you have to keep just wiggling it until it comes loose. And you can see mine's already loose now, but because I've got the kickstart shaft, I have to keep wiggling it off. Just keep pulling it back, keep wiggling it, and my clutch cover is off. And now here we have the clutch. So first thing I need to do is I just need to get this gasket and put it to one side for a minute, because I do want to look after it. Odd. See, now my clutch lever arm, as I've just realised, isn't actually doing anything. So that's something I'll diagnose whilst I'm in here today, but that will be off camera. But to change your clutch, what you have to do is, first things first, you want to undo these 4 in a cross pattern, and not all the way either. So you want to do about half a turn, another half a turn, half a turn, half a turn, and just keep going around like that until you've relieved all the tension off them. You want to do this in a cross pattern because you want to make sure nothing gets warped or unbalanced properly whilst you're undoing this. And as soon as they get to a loose enough point, you can do the exact same thing and start twiddling it with your hands rather than using the ratchet, until it gets to a point where they actually become nice and soft, and you can just back them out all the way one at a time. I'll get to that point in a second. Yep. Okay, so all of the springs are removed now. There's 4 of them. So what we're going to do is we're just going to gently try and get this top plate, this pressure plate, and just pull this off. And just keep this clean, put it to one side, keep it clean. Now, your new clutch plate should have already been soaked in fresh oil if you've got brand new ones. But if you're just inspecting them, then you've got nothing to worry about. But if you are using brand new ones, you do want to soak them in oil, preferably overnight, 24 hours, but if it's a bit less than that, that's alright. Now, if you look at my clutch plates, you can just see they're quite burnt out, but at the same time, I've got a good bit of friction material left. So, because I've got that friction material left, I am going to reuse these clutch plates. Unless I find any slipping in the future, then I won't. Now, you want to hang these up. If you're reusing them, you do not want to get them dirty at all. And as you can see, there's a steel plate in between each clutch plate and a friction plate. And yeah, you just got to make sure there's no burn marks, no discoloration. You just want to make sure it's just silver with a coat of oil. This one here, I'm not sure if you guys can see it on the camera, but there is actually a bit of bluing around the edge. That is the start of a problem, but it's not a problem in itself yet. It means it's been slipping a lot at some point, so it's warmed up. And just go through, genuinely inspect each clutch plate as you're removing it. Just have a good old look. This one's very silver, that's perfect. Plenty of friction material left on most of these. And just keep removing them. Yep, good colour. And the final piece is a friction plate. And yep, that's looking absolutely fine. And that is that removed. Now, I'm not going as far as to remove the basket or anything, as I don't need to. But if you guys want to do that, I'm sure there's other videos out there on this. But if there isn't, leave a comment, I'll make one for you. So, what we've got now is you've got the YBR engine of dreams, and it's time to put a new clutch in. So, first, we're not actually using a new clutch, we're just going to be reassembling. So, we're going to put one pressure plate in, one metal plate in. Not pressure plate, friction plate, sorry. And then that's the metal plate. Then one friction plate. And then one metal plate. And in case you didn't know, this type of clutch is called a wet slipper clutch. Right, so we've got all those friction plates back in. Now I want to put the pressure plate back over the top. First things first though, you'll notice, I just want to show you guys, this is an adjustment for your clutch. This is a little pin that the clutch arm here, on top of the engine, what the clutch cable goes into, actually actuates. It pushes on this rod up and down to let the clutch in and out. And this, if your clutch starts having proper slipping problems, anything at some point, and no matter what you adjust around here, it doesn't stop slipping, adjusting this can actually resolve some of your issues. I have found out the hard way, thank you to a good old mate of mine called Steve, who taught me that back in the day. Thank you, Steve. So all you have to do is just slide that on, align all the 4 holes perfectly, and you can just start reassembling your springs. And the first things first, just put the springs in like I have. You know, just don't need the bolts yet. And you've got 4 bolts. And you want to get them all started off one by one, but you don't want to put any tension on them yet. So just get them started, twiddle them in a little bit, and yeah, that's it. You don't want to be doing them up yet until they're all in and all started. That one there, twiddle it in. Next one, twiddle it in. Final one, and twiddle it in. Now I'm just going to grab the ratchet and I'm just going to go around in a cross pattern and I'm going to tighten these up. Just to get them started, I'm tightening them up a little bit more just because there's not any tension on them at the moment. And it's just a little bit faster that way. Now I'm going to do a double on this one. And then go back across. And go this one. Then the bottom. And now finally, we're just going to go through and we're going to get them all down snug. And when they go tight, that's not that you've compressed the spring loads, that is the bolt actually bottoming out. So if you actually do these up way too tight, you're going to strip threads, you're going to need a new clutch basket. So if there was a specified torque, I'd tell you it, but I don't know. So you want to tighten them up to a nice tightness, and then yeah, just make sure you're comfortable that they're tight. Do not over tighten. That would be the worst thing you could do here. That one's gone snug, so then just tight. You do not want to over tighten, and I cannot stress that enough. Right, and that is my clutch plate installed. So I'm just playing with this again, and I can see that my lever goes way too far, my clutch arm up here. So I am going to quickly adjust this. So for this, I'm going to use a 10mm. I'm just going to crack this off, and you see the whole engine wants to turn right now. So what you can do for that is just leave your spark plug in or whatever, which I haven't, so of course I've got no compression, and that would stop this from turning in most cases. But in other cases it won't. So the easiest way to do this is to just get yourself a gentle light hammer, any sort, and just use it like a sort of impact gun, and just hold the clutch basket and gently tap. I'm not using any force for that, and it's come undone. You see, I was tapping that so gentle I could do it to myself. Just a light tap, just the shock undoes it. Then undo the lock nut, and then with a flathead screwdriver or a little crosshead that actually fits. Right, believe it or not, no, neither of these fit. Nice. I'm going to find something that does fit quickly. Maybe this crosshead, because you know I wasn't actually planning on doing this. This is just a genuine fault with my engine, and I'm going to turn it clockwise in to push the arm further into the engine for mine. But it depends on what problems you have, depends on what way you want to turn it. Right, mine's getting to a lot better point now. My arm's actually a lot further back. So I'm just going to twiddle it in a little bit more. And as soon as it's in perfect, you get that 10mm and you do this nut back up, as that's a lock nut. That stops the adjustment from being able to change whilst you're riding. Get that as firm as you can, just by hand. You don't want to be knocking this one on with a hammer. And yeah, as soon as that's done up as firm as it can be by hand, that is that adjusted. Mine is now perfect, which I didn't even know needed adjusting, which is amazing. And now the next step is putting your gasket back on. Now I've only got one dowel left in here right now, which means the other dowel must be in my casing up here, which is, and you can see it's only sticking out of the top there by a fraction, whereas when it's in the engine it sticks out quite a bit. So I'm going to get my wire strippers, the only tool I have to remove them with. Oh, found them. If I were you, use needle nose pliers, but I don't have any because I'm very ill-equipped. And you just want to gently get this out. Oh, I could have done it with my hands the whole time. And put it in that side there, because that stays in properly. Now get your new gasket, align it up, slide it on. Everything's looking very nice. Just make sure everything's looking right. Now, if you have some oil on hand, get a little bit on your finger and just wipe it around the kickstart shaft. As this will seal it up to prevent any leaks in the future, and it will slip straight through the seal, making it a lot easier to reassemble. So once your gasket is on and that's all ready, you get your clutch case and you just gently wiggle it on. Gently wiggle it on. Lovely jubbly, that's on now. So then what you want to do is you want to get all your clutch case bolts. Now remember, the two shortest bolts with no spacing are for the starter motor, so put them to one side. Now, I think there's two different lengths of bolts. In the last video I told you there was 3, but I think there is 2 because the starter motor ones don't count. So you've got these bolts here, they're relatively short, and you've got 2 longer ones here. Now, if you want to wait and not have to guess which ones go where, just watch the video. If you want to just guess, I'd start by putting them in, putting the bolts in. If you have about a centimetre gap, that's fine. Put a few threads in, leave them. Centimetre gap, a few threads in, leave them. Now the longer ones, one like that one at the top there, a few threads, leave it. Then where's the next long one? Is it that one? Nope. Is it that one? Yep, and there's one down here, that's a longer one. So there's these two. The ones with the dowels are longer. There you go. Makes it even easier. Then just get them all started by hand. You do not want to be using a ratchet on these yet. All by hand. As soon as they're all started, I'll just get the extension and twiddle them in. Right, now they're all done up like that, I'm just going to get the ratchet and I'm going to go through and I'm going to tighten them up. Now you don't want to over tighten these bolts either, and tighten them up in a star pattern. And you just want to make sure they go up nice and snug, but you do not want to over tighten them. I can't stress enough how much over tightening is bad for anything. Because over tightening can be the difference between you just rebuilt your engine is good and you now need to buy a new engine. That is the difference. Over tightening. So just be very careful. Oops, touch it off there. Alright, they're all done up. So that is putting the clutch case back on. I'm just going to put the dipstick in now. But if you need to refill your oil later on, after you put the starter motor in. Now, we actually are putting the starter motor in. So for this, you just want to line it up best you can for the hole in there. Give it a good old wiggle with the palm of your hand. You just keep wiggling it around until it centres itself, locates itself, and presses in flat. And then from there, you just get your 2 bolts, put them in, get them started by hand. Always start bolts by hand. Way less chance of cross-threading that way, and if it is cross-threading, you can feel it a lot more. Using my extension, I'm going to just twiddle them in. And then we're using the ratchet and just snuggle up. Don't over tighten. And now that is it, apart from weight. Kickstart shaft. If you're putting that back on, align the splines up properly, get it on looking good so it looks all perfect. Then do this back up with your 19mm spanner. Nice and hard. I'm not putting that back on, but for you guys, you can do that. So yeah, that's it. Just refill it with oil. If your bike turns up to the left side, pick it back up. If you had to remove any foot pegs or anything, put them back on. And that is it. This is your clutch now changed in the YBR 125 or any bike with a 5VO engine. / 154 FMI. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you liked it. Please do me a favour and just hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, do anything like that, because the problem is I cannot keep making these videos without support from you guys. And I'm not getting enough. I'm not saying that in a greedy way, but I have 45 subscribers right now. I need more reviewing to help making good content like this, because there's a lot more where this came from. And if you want to see this exact engine getting turbocharged, getting freaking all the works, getting a huge big ball kit with a big forged piston and stuff that costs over £200, let me know. No cheap stuff, no £30 eBay ball kit. Alright, if you want to see that, let me know in the comments, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.